This Use a Plane is brought to you by...
Everyone's looking for more space.
How many pairs of shoes do you need?
Closet space.
Circle again, I think I see one.
Parking space.
And that is how Pythagoras theorem works, understand?
Even headspace. But when it comes to data storage, MyCloud from Lime has plenty of room for you. Upgrade to a Lime data plan of 500 megs or more and get 3 gigs of MyCloud data storage free. It's great for storing photos, music, and much more. So don't delete it. Store it on MyCloud from Lime. It's the only space to be.
Upgrade to Lime!
It's Thursday, February the 19th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Good morning. We begin with news that Cabinet's approval last week of $3 million to fund 3,000 bursaries for University of the West Indies students for the 2014 to 2015 academic year has been described by Student Guild President Damani Paris as simply too late in coming. Paris told reporters yesterday that many students who had been banking on the promised financial assistance since last September had been forced to leave the Cave Hill campus empty-handed.
The reality is that we do not even know what provision will be made, and again that's a big assumption on my part, because we don't even know what provision will be made by the government for students who have had to leave the role of the university because of non-payment of bursaries. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, the government of Barbados might argue that if you've already left, then we're not paying the bursary for you. And that itself creates an unsustainable situation, because the students who owe money are by and large those students who were dependent on government's intervention, who had not received government's intervention and therefore were unable to continue their degree. And to my mind, the situation is at current very messy. And it is difficult to see how we're going to, in short order, find a way through all of these different scenarios in a way that will benefit the student body and not create a substantive instability in the system at the University of West Indies Cave Hill.
Meanwhile, Paris says the Guild of Students is disappointed over Prime Minister Frendel Stewart's response to its recent letter concerned dated January the 23rd. Prime Minister Stewart has said he felt the letter to him was threatening, but the outgoing Guild head said the letter had merely sought to make the country's leader aware of the concerns the student body has. He therefore felt it was unfortunate that the Prime Minister had described it as threatening. The Caribbean Development Bank has come up with an economic solution that could spell good news for Barbados in the medium term. CDB's Director of Economics, Dr. Justin Ram, says the Frendel Stewart administration needs to overhaul the business environment as an additional measure to maintaining its fiscal consolidation program.
While we encourage the government to consolidate its fiscal accounts, what's also important is that the government implement the necessary reforms to ensure that the private sector can now be the engine or the conduit of economic growth. If these things are put in place, and if the investment climate for doing business can be improved in Barbados, we can see there being good news for Barbados over the medium term. But certainly over the next year or two, we expect economic growth to be sluggish, although Caribbean tourism arrivals are likely to improve, but there is likely to be a drag associated with fiscal consolidation.
Dr. Ram is also warning the government that to burden Barbadians with any more taxes could be counterproductive.
If you reduce the level of taxes, then that could actually foster greater economic activity. And that greater economic activity means that more people are doing things and buying more goods and services, and therefore what's possible is that the overall tax take that the government takes from these taxes could increase. So we certainly encourage tax reform that engenders greater efficiency, not only in economic activity, but also engenders greater efficiency in the level of taxes that the government could actually receive.
Addressing the CDB's annual press conference at the Hilton Barbados Resort yesterday, President Dr. Warren Smith also revealed that last year, his lending institution recorded a 61% increase in loan approvals for projects across the region. Dr. Smith noted that approvals rose from $167 million in 2013 to $270 million last year. He said a Barbados project also benefited.
Our board approved a small loan of $357,000 to inform air cargo facilitation enhancement at the Grantley Adams International Airport right here in Barbados. The expectation is that the upgrade of the airport will help to improve Barbados' international competitiveness, enhance its trade facilitation, and provide multiple benefits to small and medium enterprises in particular.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
It's time for AgriFest again. Come and enjoy the National Agricultural Exhibition on February 27th to March 1st at the historic Queen's Park. Over 300 exhibits on show, highlighting the theme, inclusive agriculture, strengthening linkages, creating synergies. AgriFest 2015, the biggest agricultural exhibition in the Caribbean. Don't miss it.
Welcome back with news from the region that this year's Trinidad Carnival has been described by officials as a safe and successful one. It also saw Machel Montano's Like a Boss being the most popular song for the 2015 Carnival Parade of the Bands. The song was played 390 times, over 10 times more than the second place winner Erupt, another song by Montano, which was played 37 times. Another favorite, Olotunji Yewer's Ola, placed third with 22 spins. We now take in some of the sights and scenes in this CNC3 report as the curtains came down on Carnival 2015.
Carnival Tuesday in downtown Port of Spain. These masqueraders were having a ball of fun. Some of the medium bands to pass through this judging point included Showtime, Flirt, Mass Passion and Dream Team.
Every year for the last 35 years.
And the large bands included Humor and Bliss. And the kids from Roswin Gabriel Band didn't skip a beat when it was their turn at the judging point. This masquerader, who was wheelchair-bound, did not let that keep her back from having fun. And then there were those who attempted to do some kind of flip, or maybe it was a flop. And as for these masqueraders picked for Road March, well, they were all singing one song.
I think it's going to end up being Like a Boss. Marshall Boss. As a boss. It's a boss. Yes. I love that song. As a boss.
On the global front, President Barack Obama said the U.S. is not at war with Islam, but with the people who have perverted Islam. He was speaking to representatives from 60 nations attending a 3-day summit on extremism that follows attacks in Denmark and France. Obama said the world had to confront the ideologies that radicalize people. That's our Barbados Today morning news update, but you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 on Lime TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. and Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.
This news update is brought to you by...
Everyone's looking for more space.
How many pairs of shoes do you need?
Closet space.
Circle again, I think I see one.
Parking space.
And that is how Pythagoras' theorem works. Understand?
Even headspace. But when it comes to data storage, MyCloud from Lime has plenty of room for you. Upgrade to a Lime data plan of 500 megs or more and get 3 gigs of MyCloud data storage free. It's great for storing photos, music, and much more. So don't delete it. Store it on MyCloud from Lime. It's the only space to be.